2012 NFL Combine. Joe Fortenbaugh, Wes Bunting, National Football Post, and another episode of Get Sharp. Well, this is the big event. Every year we come here for this. Every year it's exciting to see whose stock's going to rise, whose stock's going to fall. Let's start with one of the big names this week. Unlike Daniel LaRusso from The Karate Kid.
Daniel LaRusso's going to fight? Daniel LaRusso's going to fight!
Robert Griffin III is not going to throw this week. If he wants to get ahead of Andrew Luck, if he wants to be the guy that goes #1 overall to the Colts, is that going to be something that hurts him?
Oh, absolutely. And the big thing that I'm so proud of Robert Griffin through this whole process is that he wanted to compete. He wanted to be the #1 pick in the 2012 NFL Draft. So if he has to jump someone, and Andrew Luck, who's a pretty good prospect,
he's all right.
You want to take every opportunity you have to try to jump past him. And this is a great opportunity. He's in Indianapolis. The Colts have the #1 overall pick. He's going to throw in front of a packed house. And for him to throw this opportunity away, I still think he's going to be the #2 overall pick in the draft. But if he wanted to be that #1 pick, I think he should have thrown this week.
Over 300 players are invited, accept invitations to come here to work out, to go through the process. Who are some guys that, based on these workouts, that can really have a chance to raise their stock this week?
Well, one of the weakest position groups is defensive tackle. And you look at the juniors that declared. Dontari Poe from Memphis. He's 6'5", he's 350 pounds, and he's a big guy that carries his weight extremely well. He has that Haloti Ngata type build, which will get people excited right away. The big thing is he plays more like a mid-round pick. He's got first-round talent. He's going to work out extremely well. I think people are going to fall in love with him because of his natural physical skill set. But I think he needs to put it on tape. But at the same time, you can't teach what he has, and I think he can really help himself this week.
Back to the quarterbacks. Luck, Andrew Luck from Stanford, Robert Griffin from Baylor, Ryan Tannehill, an intriguing prospect from Texas A&M, all scheduled at this moment not to throw this week. So with the door wide open and arguably the top 3 quarterback prospects not throwing, who could kind of jump through there and really raise up?
I think that guy's Brock Osweiler from Arizona State. He's 6'8". He's 220 pounds. He's a former basketball player at Gonzaga, a sneaky athlete for a big guy. When I watched him on tape, I thought he was a mid to late round pick, but the one thing's for certain, the guy can spin the football. There's no doubt about that. I think he's going to look brilliant throwing versus air this week. I think he could be one of those guys that trick the whole system, could go a lot higher than his actual tape and his overall play deserves.
One of his teammates, linebacker Vontaze Burfict, was a guy coming into the year, drew a lot of attention, a lot of talent. People think he could be a first-rounder based on talent. Problem is a lot of red flags with the character. What does he need to do this week to get back on everyone's radar as a possible first-rounder?
I think the first thing is he needs to come in shape. There are a lot of people that have questions on the field and off the field character, so he needs to show up in good shape. He needs to run well, but the biggest thing for him is how well does he do during the interview process. He's a guy with a lot of off-the-field questions. There's a lot of concerns, his overall demeanor on the field. The team that drafts him high, they got to get a good feel for this guy. Is he going to be good for the locker room? So I think the interview process is more important, believe it or not, than his actual workout on the field.
Last question, the thing that happens to be the most popular every year here, depending on who you are, the 40-yard dash. Everyone's excited, speed kills, and every year you're hoping there's some burners out there that can challenge Chris Johnson's 4.24 record from a few years back. Looking at this year's crop, A, does anyone have a shot to beat 4.24, and B, do you see anyone getting under 4.3?
I think there's a couple guys that actually can get under 4.3. Joe Adams from Arkansas, he said he's been running in the mid-4.2 range. Jarius Wright from Arkansas, that's a lot of speed.
A lot of speed down there.
And Chris Rainey, who was said to beat Jeff Demps, who's training now for the Olympics to be a 100-meter guy. Chris Rainey can flat out fly. There's not much holding him back. He's 175 pounds, but I think he's got the ability. If there's one guy to crack Chris Johnson's 4.24, I think it'll be Chris Rainey.
Wes Bunting, ladies and gentlemen, he'll be here all week. Good job, Wes.
Thanks.
Real proud of you. You have a good day. Thank you guys for turning in. We'll be rolling these out all week long, so stay tuned for more from Indianapolis. But for now, that's it for Get Sharp. We'll see you next time.